On beautiful people, we are back. We have been gone for almost a year now. A whole lot of life has happened. I got a new job, new house, been trying to adapt to that. But we are back and hopefully going to be starting on YouTube as long as they don't shut us down.
More than likely, but we're going to give it a shot anyway.
Nah, fuck it. If we get demonetized, we'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
But
So,
we
fuck it. We
are,
don't make any money on this anyway.
yeah, this is just for fun. But like we said last year when we first started, we are not police officers. We are not private investigators. We are not anything law enforcement related. We are just two drunk fucks who dig the macabre and crazy and jacked up.
Yeah. Most of the shit you can easily find. We do research, but, well, he does most of the research. I just edit the damn thing.
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
much. Well, I mean, hell, I drive a truck for a living, so I listen to audiobooks about shit all the goddamn time.
all I do is
But
listen to podcasts in my hellhole. So,
but I will give Dixon credit. He did do all the research for this one.
yeah, like a year ago.
And
Welcome back, by the way.
you know what? We don't talk about that, okay? So staying with the grassroots that we did last time with Larry Eiler, this is John Dillinger.
We're doing Dillinger? I thought we were doing
Oh
Bundy.
no, Bundy's later. It's
Oh, okay.
later. We're doing John Herbert Dillinger from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, sorry about the spoilers, by the way.
You know what? You know what? They all know that the big hitters, Dillinger, Dahmer, Gacy, they're all coming.
Oh, yeah. I
Hey,
can't wait for
hey,
Dahmer.
see what I did there? They're all coming. Uh, but
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of Dahmer and how gross that was.
the time when he's fucked all.
Um, I was just thinking he probably doesn't fucking remember.
Of course, he doesn't remember he's dead. Or
I
you
was
talk
talking
about
about
the time.
Trump, but yeah,
You talking about who?
I thought I was talking about him being drunk.
Me or Don?
Dahmer was always
Wow.
drunk.
Yeah, sure. But speaking of being drunk, what are you drinking on, Bo?
I am drinking red rum by Bear Brewery over here in where you at? In Indiana. Ah, shit. Oh, it's in Indianapolis.
So,
So here,
and I am
where I'm
drinking
at.
Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA, which unfortunately is not from Indiana. It is brewed out in Colorado or North Carolina, depending on which pack you get. I'm going a little out of state here. But hey,
Hey,
they don't
I
they
got
don't
this because I hadn't
they
seen it
don't
in a while.
call us beards and criminals for nothing. Because
I'm straight,
we may
and I'm
contain
drinking in a straight edge shirt.
you are straight edge, sir. Look at that beard.
Oh yeah, and I just spilled beer all over me. You guys are welcome.
So John Herbert Dillinger, born June 22nd, 1903. He was one of the greatest American gangsters of the Great Depression.
Oh yeah,
By
you think of it, he's one of the top people you think of.
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, fuck, Johnny Depp played him.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it, but yeah,
From what I heard, it's not that bad actually.
I don't
But
know. It's just one of those that escape me.
now for me, he didn't really look like him, but his manners were on point. Um, but Dillinger led a group or a
A gang.
yeah, I would say a gang, but I would call it more so of a rambunctious group of rascallions with the time.
It was a gang.
But they were known as the Dillinger Gang, and they were.
See? Gang.
You know what? You know what? Nobody likes to know it all,
Yeah,
but
they
they
do.
were.
All do in secret.
Calm down there, Einstein. They were accused of robbing at least 24 banks and 4 police stations. Now,
Yeah. This is going to get fun.
oh, this is going to be tasty. So, like I said, Dillinger was born in June of 1903, and his birth house was 2053 Cooper Street in Indianapolis, which now is Caroline Avenue.
Yeah.
However, with further digging, that property is not for sale. It is, however, a Dillinger Museum, which is something that I would not mind seeing at some point.
I didn't even know about it.
Yep. Um, Overlooking the notes, I decided to take a look at it, and yeah, it's a actual museum now.
Nice.
Now, the younger 2 children, because from what I could tell, Dillinger was the oldest of 3. Oh, wait, no. Scratch that. I'm wrong. Fuck me. He's the youngest of 2 that was born to John Wilson Dillinger
Mhm.
and Mary Ellen Molly Lancaster.
Cast.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whole lot of beer.
Yeah, we've already started. We
Oh,
spent 50-something minutes just catching back up.
oh, something like that. I mean, fuck, I'm already 3 beers, 2 bourbons in.
Oh, shit. I got to catch up.
Goddamn right you do. But John Dillinger Sr. was born in 1864, died in 1943, and Mary Lancaster was born 1870, died in 1907. Now, John Dillinger's father was a grocer, but kind of a dick. In several interviews, Dillinger said that he was firm in his discipline and believed in the adage of spare the rod and spoil the child.
So beat that kid's ass.
Damn right he did. And I'm not gonna lie, my old man beat my ass, but it was only when it was deserved. So,
And
uh,
the burp's already started.
hey, your business is your business, Bo. Now, Dillinger's older sister, Audrey, she took care of John when her mother died in 1907. And this was right before his 4th birthday. And so, I mean, could you imagine your mama dying when you're 4?
No.
I mean, that's fucking ridiculous.
But it kind of sounds like he was meant to be bad. That's like the story of a bad person in any movie.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean,
Oh, over disciplining father, a dead mother.
all right. But most of them don't have a caring sister that takes care of you. But Audrey ended up taking care of him for at least 5 years, all the way up until his father remarried in 1912. So
Good sister.
so he was 9 by the time he had another mother figure, actual mother figure. So I mean, I can understand his frustration and his confusion growing up, but at the same time, it's still a mindfuck.
Yeah. Also, I forgot where the fuck I was going there. We'll continue on.
But I can understand, Dillinger's dad being an alcoholic given the time, because back then it was still whiskey and half-ass beer.
Yeah. This was the era, let's see, 1912. We had the Great Depression yet? Or was that 1920s?
I think that was the
We got the
20s.
Roaring Twenties and the crash. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
later.
yeah, it was in the 20s. So I
Or this
mean,
is World War One era.
oh, before that, uh,
19, right?
so I think he married his second wife.
1912.
John Senior married his second wife in 1912. So I think that was
I'm
right
just trying
at
to put us in a spot in America and to fill your minds.
yeah. So John Dillinger Senior married his second wife 2 years prior to World War One.
1914.
Yep, it ended in 1918, and during that is pretty much when Dillinger hit his stride. Because as a teenager, so you're talking, let's see, 1912, he was 9. Oh shit, I'd say about he was
15.
yeah, yeah, about that. Yeah, 15, 16.
I'm
He
too
he
drunk if I can do math. I'm not drunk enough if I can do math.
right. And you're fucking behind me. Uh but I'd say he was about 13, 14 at this time. He was frequently in trouble for fighting, petty theft, and be haha, his bewildering personality for bullying smaller children.
That's crazy. This guy would bully the kids.
He was a
That's
dick.
Oh yeah. I was just trying to figure out why. Okay, he was also noted for it. I thought he was arrested for being bewildering.
No, no, no. It was just
I'm like, I'm
something.
bewildering every day. You know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Shit, Sam. I might drive a car. I might haul a car. I don't fucking know. Uh, but while while he was frequently in trouble, he also developed a wild and rebellious personality that unchanged despite the change in rural life in 1922. He ended up being arrested for auto theft, which caused his relationship with his father to pretty much disintegrate at that point. Uh,
Well, he was over strict and probably religious.
oh,
And if you
more than
keep breaking the
likely.
law, everybody was
Well,
religious then.
yeah, I mean, you're also looking 1922. He's what, 19,
22, so that's 10
1903,
years later.
21? He's 21, give or take.
Oh, see, he was old. He was
Well, I mean, 1922 to
he
19,
was
or
5.
1903 to 1922. He's at least 21.
Yeah. So an old man back then. Been drinking and smoking since 10.
I have no idea what that's like.
I
So,
know. I was a good boy.
I want to be a real boy. uh, so Dillinger's behavior actually never changed, surprisingly, but it led him to enlisting in the Navy, and he ended up being a petty officer, third class machinery repairman on the USS Utah, which I believe is a E3 or E4? Hang on, let me take a quick check. It's an E4. I'll be damned. He
Care to
actually.
explain that? Because I don't fucking know.
When it comes to military, so for those that don't know, I am prior military. I was in the Army. My girlfriend now spent 10 years Navy. Uh, so pretty much she spent 3 years in the Navy to achieve Petty Officer third class. It is the equivalent to specialist or corporal from the Marine Corps. Uh, but after his time in the Navy, he actually ended up deserting a few months after the ship docked in Boston. And then he was dishonorably discharged several months later. So he was a piece of shit in life and in the military.
Oh yeah, he just dipped. Are you surprised though?
For
Throughout
somebody,
these,
for somebody who
even
robbed
some of
banks and
these
shit, no.
episodes that probably come up soon,
Yeah.
you're gonna find a lot of them went to the Navy and either got dishonorably discharged or just left.
Well, I mean, not just Navy, but also the Army. I mean, Warren Jeffs, the leader of the FLDS, I think is either him or his brother was in the Army.
Let's see, Dahmer was Navy.
No, Dahmer was Army.
Was he? He was a
I,
medic. Yeah.
I believe he was Army.
There was a couple. King was military, right? Oh, well,
Army.
Army.
The Unabomber was Army. Well, I mean, there's a lot of major serial killer cult leaders that were in the military.
Yeah.
But
Which one was the cross?
the cross-dresser, oh, dude, I don't fucking narrow it down. That could be any fucking number of them.
Well, he was a chef on the ships. I'll remember that later.
Yeah, we'll end up covering him later, wherever the fuck it is. But in let's see here, he returned to Mooresville, Indiana, which from you is probably about what, 20 miles?
Something like that. Not far.
Which, by the way, we are also doing this remote, so we are in two separate locations. So distances from him is much different than me.
You're north, I'm south.
Exactly. But we're only maybe what, 25, 30 miles apart from each other?
Something like that. Gas $5 a gallon.
Yeah, this is so much cheaper.
Oh yeah.
But Dillinger returned to Mooresville and met Beryl Ethel Hobius. He married her on April 12th, 1924. So I believe that's when the fucking World War II ended.
18.
Oh shit! So 5 years after World War II or World War One, fuck me.
World War II is not for another 20 years, right? Sometime. 20.
39 to 45. But after he married her, he ended up having some difficulty being a married man and settling down and having a family. So, like a lot of piece of shits today.
Oh yeah. You can't really expect him to. You wouldn't expect him to settle down. If he did, he'd probably be a drunk and die in the gutter somewhere.
Well, I mean, if it was, I like to think of some of these guys as being able to be a family man. Minus the murdering and killing and robbing and shit like that. Because I mean, fuck, if Gacy hadn't murdered people, he probably would have ended up as the fucking governor of Illinois.
with his secret gay lovers.
This clown persona. Hi.
Hey, according to Gacy, he wasn't gay. He was bisexual who just didn't want to have sex with women.
Hey, you know what? $20 is $20. I don't want to hear it.
Adam Clark. God damn it. Sorry. That was a cross-dressing serial killer.
I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. So, because he was unable to find a job, he began planning a robbery with a friend of his, Ed Singleton. Now, Singleton was an ex-convict and also an umpire for the semi-professional baseball team AC Athletics that Dillinger played shortstop for. So he was a semi-pro baseball player.
Nice. Sorry. I was too far away from my mic. So you're going to find out at this time, while all this is going down, like everyone else is doing the same shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like you got all of them starting up now. All the other gangs, bank robbers, all that.
So, I mean, this is also the time where, baseball was coined America's pastime.
Yeah, where they got paid in hot dogs or some shit like that. I'm not joking. Somebody got paid in hot dogs. I don't remember who it was.
Jesus fuck. If anybody knows who got paid in hot dogs, let us know. But this is also the time where the grenade in the military got changed to a ball size of a baseball because they felt like every good old American boy could throw a baseball.
Huh. I didn't even know that. Interesting stuff. We need to drink more. We're not being funny. We're being educational. That's not good.
Bro, you still need to catch up.
I am working on it. It's just this beer's a little warm.
Oh, that sounds like a you problem.
It does.
But
I'm many friends stop me.
So Ed Singleton and Dillinger both robbed a local grocery store, stealing a whopping $50.
Hey, that's a lot of money.
Hey, let's see, we're looking at what? 1924?
Somewhere in there.
Let's see how much that is. 24 roughly is equivalent to $829.58 today. And there's gonna be a whole lot.
Sorry, I was shocked by this picture that's pulled up on my phone.
We're just gonna run it up to $830.
Damn.
Now we're gonna be doing a whole lot of math because we're talking, early 1900s versus today, and versus robberies and inflation rates. There's gonna be a whole lot of fucking math, but our drunk ass is gonna do that for you.
Yeah.
So
I believe my sober ass already did some of it.
But while they were leaving the scene of the grocery store, they were spotted by a minister who recognized them and reported them to the police. So the minister's a snitch.
Yes, he is.
But what's that?
It's all because Dillinger didn't tell him in the confessional.
I dream about robbing a grocery store, touching little boys. But during the
priest, then, but not him.
Oh well, I mean, that confession could have gone both ways, and if it would have been Dillinger's way, it would have been, perfect for priesthood. Assuming he's
all right. Let's continue on with the story.
So during the robbery, Dillinger had struck a victim in the head with a machine bolt wrapped in cloth.
Sorry, I'm just imagining it. He's just woo, 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 woo.
But this cloth carried a gun, which actually discharged but didn't hit anyone. Kind of like, oh, what's his nuts that shot at Kennedy?
So who?
Oh, he shot at Kennedy. Who was that?
Kennedy or Reagan?
Kennedy. JFK.
Harvey Lee Oswald.
That's it. Harvey Lee Oswald. Because apparently his first shot ricocheted off the curb and smoked some dude in the cheek.
All presidential killers have the 3-name thing.
Fair. So, the next day, both men were arrested after the robbery.
Well, the priest turned him in. So that's automatic. Right? You're guilty.
The priest could tell no lies. So Singleton pleaded not guilty, and Dillinger's father, who plot twist, M. Night Shyamalan style, was a local Mooresville church deacon.
Ha! Told you, religious.
Discussed the matter with the Morgan County prosecutor Omar O'Hara, and his father convinced Dillinger to confess to the crime, plead guilty without retaining a defense attorney. Now,
always get the defense attorney.
Yeah, always. Never plead on your behalf. That's what fucked Bundy. And and several other people. But Dillinger was convicted of assault and battery with the intent to rob and conspiracy to commit a felony. Now, he was expecting a lenient probation sentence because of his father's discussion with O'Hara. But instead, he got 10 to 20 years in prison.
I have a feeling his father said, throw him in there.
Yeah. Fuck him. Now, his father told the reporters that was outside of the courthouse that he regretted his advice and was appalled by the sentence. No, he wasn't. He pleaded with the judge to shorten his sentence, but with no success. No, he didn't.
We don't know this is fact. I'm just the way he's described in history. Does not sound like he would have.
He does not seem like he does not shoot off the caring father vibe. You know what I mean? Now, on his way to Mooresville to testify against Singleton, Dillinger was able to escape his captors, but was caught in a few minutes.
Okay, that's the first of many escapes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the fact that he tried to run after going to dime out his fucking buddy just to get, gotcha, in a few minutes. It's like a Dave Chappelle, gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha.
So Singleton had to change his sentence venue and ended up getting sentenced to 2 to 14 years. And he died in 1937 from fatal gunshot wounds.
So he got less time than his partner in crime.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dillinger got 10 to 20. He got 2 to 14.
And he just to end up getting gunned down. Oh, yeah. So, this is where it kind of sort of hits a little home to me, being a former correctional officer. Dillinger ended up going to the Indiana Reformatory, which is now the Pendleton Correctional Facility, and the Indiana State Prison located up in Michigan City from 1924 to 1933. So that's, what, 9 years total?
Yeah. He did 9.
And that's when he really, really dug deep into the criminal lifestyle. Once he was admitted to prison, he was quoted to say, "I will be the meanest bastard you ever see when I get out of here."
That's the problem with the prison system. But that's a lot of political for this podcast, and I
I
don't
mean,
want to go into it.
I mean that's
It
that's
doesn't
a
reform it. Makes
that is,
worse.
that is a conversation we can have for a later episode on like a site deal
Mhm.
where it doesn't really apply to shit.
Dave
Uh,
versus Dick's arguments.
the debate: reform or retention.
We could do some of those.
Dude, I'm down. Anyway, so while he was at the prison, he did have a physical examination done, which came back that he had gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea, gonorrhea, gonorrhea. Magnifico. Anyway, but the treatment for his condition.
Everyone had gonorrhea this time.
Oh, probably. I mean, fuck, look at oh wait, no, he had syphilis. My bad. Anyway, so
I know what you're talking about.
yep. And anybody else who knows American history and American gangsters knows what I'm talking about too. So his treatment for his condition of gonorrhea was extremely painful. Because now it's just like a shot or you pop some penicillin pills and you're fucking done. Back then, apparently, it was much fucking worse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like the metal rod up the dick or some shit like that.
No, they still do that.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. Ramrod. Uh, so while he was in prison, he fucking hated society. So he ended up becoming friends with several of the criminals, including Harry Pete Piermont, Charles McClay, Russell Clark, and Homer Van Meter, who were very seasoned fucking bank robbers. And they taught him how to be a successful criminal, which makes sense since prison is criminal university.
Yeah. All I'm thinking about is Trailer Park Boys.
Which
Every
one?
time they go to prison, they learn something new.
Yeah, right.
And it never works.
It really never does. So while he was there, these guys taught him how to be a successful criminal. And they had planned heists that they would commit right after they were released. So, reform was not a thing.
Nope. This was to the time of we throw them in here, we discipline them hard, and hope for the best. This is the time of whips and everything else.
Oh yeah, they carried around the fucking nightsticks and shit.
Mm-hmm. This is the time of Panzeram.
Now it's just fucking OC spray.
Going all around the world.
So it was believed that a heist required all of the planning of a military operation back then. And even now, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's a lot more that goes into it now.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got the vault door, you got people, you got silent alarms. It's fucking ridiculous.
But, I mean, Bonnie and Clyde was able to rob shit. That's
yeah, but I mean, that Bonnie and Clyde was also before fucking Dillinger.
No.
Yeah,
couldn't be. They were around the same time.
no.
Actually, I think Bonnie and Clyde was later.
Oh, not even.
I think Dillinger was in full swing.
Not even. Hang on. Bonnie was from 1910 to 1934, and Clyde was 1909 to 1934. So, yeah, I will admit they were on the downswing of their lives at this point.
That was the years active, or because they died young.
That was years
like,
alive.
Really?
alive. I mean, fuck, Dillinger only lived to be like 31, 32.
Yeah. So
But
you were saying Bonnie and Clyde were active for like 20-something years.
no, I didn't.
What'd you say?
I said that they weren't active during the time of Dillinger, that they were before, which would make
Hmm.
sense since Dillinger didn't rob his first bank till 33, so a year before Clyde died.
We'll cover them later. Let's skip ahead.
Yeah, so foreshadowing.
Actually, I don't know. Bonnie and Clyde's kind of not a great story. It
Uh,
is, but
it is, but it's not. So while he was in prison, he Dillinger ended up pioneering the concept of casing a bank, of seeing where their security system was, what's the police response, what's the security response, everything involved of robbing a bank. And he also pioneered the concept of developing escape routes before the robbery. So knowing where your escape driver is going to be. Is there a sewer entrance? Is there this? Is there that? That's what,
Dillinger's escape plan.
yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's what his thing was. Now, the meticulous planning ended up becoming called the LOM technique, because that's technically who researched Dillinger first. But Dillinger ended up conducting dozens of robberies by the end of World War One. So you're talking, in a very short amount of time, robbing several banks.
Going back to when he was in prison. Now,
Well, I mean, to me, that's still ridiculous. So,
oh yeah, it's a lot of robberies.
oh yeah,
I think we get into. I could get into the numbers later.
oh, I'm sure. So, Dillinger's father, John Sr., launched a campaign to have him released and was able to obtain 188 signatures on a petition. And on May 10th, 1933, was serving just 9.5 years, Dillinger was paroled. So he had 10 to 20 years, and he only served 9 years and 6 months.
He was close to the low
Yeah.
estimate,
Oh yeah.
but he was not a model prisoner, so he would have got the high end.
Oh yeah. 100%. So just before he got put out on parole, his stepmother became sick. But the short amount of time it took him from parole to go on home, she died. Now, it's not really known what she died from during the time. It could have been cancer, it could have been tuberculosis, it could have been this, it could have been that. Nobody really knows for sure anymore.
I'm going with stray goat. Just a stray goat.
Stray goat.
Yes. Just a random goat.
Just ran out of the house and gored the fuck out of her.
Yeah. Well, we're making fun of a dead lady who could have been nice, but Dillinger never had a chance with her.
Oh my god.
But it was the time frame of just random deaths.
So I'm going to go with horse trample.
That could be.
She got
I mean, it's
trampled by a
Indiana.
horse.
There's a lot of horses.
She got
Cow.
trampled.
Cow could have sat on her.
I'm gonna go with trampled by a horse and sepsis. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I'm going to go with some medicine that wasn't real medicine.
But with whatever she died from, she still died.
Yeah, and
And
Dillinger lost his second mother figure.
yeah,
I
so
wouldn't.
when he was released from prison, it was the fucking height of the Great Depression. Now, he had very little prospect of gaining employment. But much
Baseball
like
pretty much shut
much like
down.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. But it's kind of like the homeless today. Zero chance.
Yep.
So he went back to a life of crime, much like the homeless today.
Well, it
And
sounds
all
like it. He was never going to go get away from that.
yeah,
That
no,
was just his excuse.
right. Now on June 21st, 1933 is when he robbed his very first bank. And he took $10,000 from the New Carlisle National Bank in New Carlisle, Ohio, which in today's money is right around $218,243.08.
Damn.
Yeah, he took almost $250,000 today in one shot.
Wow.
And just a couple months later, he tried to rob a bank on August 14th in Bluffton, Ohio, which ended up being tracked by the police to Dayton, Ohio. And he was captured and later transferred to the Allen County Jail in Lima, however you pronounce it, and was set to be indicted to the Bluffton count, or no, excuse me, indicted to the county for the Bluffton robbery. But he was released from prison. Was he? Scratch that. Hey, we're just gonna edit that part out.
Yeah.
He was searched, put into the prison, and they discovered a document which had an apparent escape plan. Now they demanded. They didn't ask. They didn't. Hey,
Beat us.
what is this? They demanded that he tell them what this document was. And he was like, fuck you. He would not tell them. Now, do now while he was in prison in Ohio, he helped conceive a plan to escape. Now, this plan included Piermont, Russell Clark, and several others that he met while he was in prison. Now, most of them worked in the laundry, so it was an easy in, easy out. So they smuggled guns into their cells to use for the escape 4 days after Dillinger's capture. So you're talking less than a week, and he's already got people convinced to bring in guns to help him get out.
Yeah.
That's
So 4 days
fucking
in, he's
ridiculous.
already out.
Now, that group came together, and that is what formed the very first Dillinger Gang. Now, you're
It's a
talking,
gang.
it's a gang! Gang, gang. So you're talking Piermont, Clark, Charles McClay, Ed Shoes, Harry Copeland, and John Red Hamilton, who also was a member of the Herman Lamb Gang. So you got Piermont Clark McClay, who showed up in Lima in October of 1933, imprisoned by the fucking ISP, Indiana State Police, claiming they had come to extradite Dillinger to Indiana. And the sheriff, Jess Sarber, asked for their credentials. Piermont shot Sarber dead, impersonating an ISP officer. When they got Dillinger from his cell, the four men escaped back to Indiana and joined the rest of the gang.
So basically, what happened was the group broke out of the other prison while Dillinger was arrested in the one in Ohio.
Yes.
Then they came down and busted him out of prison.
Exactly.
There we go. Now my notes are not very good for this.
3 of the members showed up to Lima, Ohio, impersonating Indiana State Police officers to say, "Hey, we're taking him back." And when the sheriff of the whatever fucking county Lima, Ohio was in, said, "Show me your credentials, badge, something," shot
Yeah,
her
they just
dead. Yeah, fuck you. Called it a day.
Yep.
Now, after they got him out, in total, now actually, we'll wait for the total amount. Now, they end up going up to Racine, Wisconsin, and robbed the American Bank and Trust Company for $28,000. Now,
So right now we're getting into after they break him out of prison, we are in full gang mode.
100%. So
would you like to go over the members before we start breaking down every robbery?
We will in just a second. So that robbery in today's economy would equivalent to $611,080.62. Almost over $500,000 that they stole from Racine, Wisconsin. Now, the members of the Dillinger Gang consisted of, obviously, John Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, John Red Hamilton, Homer Van Meter, Harry Pete Piermont, Charles McClay, which those two, and Russell Clark impersonated as the United States police officers.
Yep.
Excuse me. Ed Shoes, Harry Copeland, Tommy Carroll, Eddie Green, John Paul Chase, Eddie Bentz, Tommy Gannon, Pat Rowley. So those members are the start of the John Dillinger Game. We will pick up with Dillinger when he robs the Lincoln Court Apartments. And as we used to say last year, all hail the All-Father.
Father loves you. I'll see you next time.
We'll see you next week.
Welcome back.